Hello, you. I'm a little bit of a state because I went raving again last night. I'm paying for it now, so apologies for how I look. But the sun is out. There she is. You're fat! Beautiful. Beautiful. So since the new season of You is coming out in like 20 days or something, I've been rewatching the first 3-4 seasons. I think this is season 5 coming out. I thought it might be fun to do a reading like JOE GOLDBERG. B.
There's a B.
Okay, it went.
She could have died.
We're not that lucky.
I really don't know where they're going to go with the new season, and I'm a little bit afraid of how they're going to end it. I don't think that there's been a season that I wasn't interested in. I think the 3rd season was like the weakest, but I think they've all been pretty good, so I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I just hope that they get John Stamos back in, because I love him. And I didn't really used to like Joe and Love that much together when I first watched it, but in the rerun, like, I'm realising how much more I like her, especially than Beck. I never liked Beck, and I stand by that.
And I realized Guinevere Beck was unspecial and mediocre.
I kind of agree with the people that wanted Love to come back now, a little bit. Unless they can get someone like, I don't know, Margot Robbie or something. That would be so funny. I would love that.
Something tells me a whole lot of people are about to die.
So in honour of the new season, I'll be reading a few books from You. The first book I'm reading is Desperate Characters by Paula Fox.
Can I help you find something?
Paula Fox?
It's a good choice.
I feel weirdly validated.
Which is the book that Joe and Beck first talk about when she goes into his bookshop for the first time in season 1.
Have you read her fiction? Desperate Characters is it's her best.
That's what I keep hearing.
You haven't read
I
Desperate
know. I'm worried it's not going to live up to the hype.
I can safely say it is that good.
It's a high endorsement.
I've read the first couple of chapters of Desperate Characters. So far it's just like some cat has bitten her and she's got like a diseased hand. And she's like falling out with her husband or partner over it because he was like, I told you shouldn't be feeding a stray cat, and she was like, yeah, but I saw that it was hungry, so I'm not gonna just ignore it, am I? Oh, also, I'm sorry, I'm in my pajamas. Ignore that. Oh, and I'm wearing my dad's Peppa Pig bottoms. Hopefully it will evolve quite quickly. I mean, it's not been boring because, you know, a hand just got rabies or something. Ew! I mean, I'm not really sure what I expected from a serial killer's taste in books, but yeah, wasn't that. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to reading about this girl and this cat that gave her rabies, I guess, and I'll keep you updated. She got a little confused. Well, that's okay. She just wanted to see the pretty sun. Look at my oh wait, you can't see it. Look at my. Okay, it's Jinx.
You're a symbol.
You want a symbol?
Hello. It is too hot and. Oh my gosh, this iPad is heavy. I had my presentation for uni today. To celebrate, finally, I'm watching the first episode of You today. It's been out for a little while and I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
My deadline is still in like another 20 days, but my presentation was today and that was what I was waiting for. Oh, also, I bleached this top by accident. My dad gave it to me. So that I could bleach my hair in it, and I don't think he realised that I would ruin the top, so it's mine now. It's not, you know, just mucky, it's just bleach. Anyway, so yeah, then one of my friends said that it was actually really good, and I should watch it. So that is what we're finally doing. Great start, some Hosea. Did I say Hosea? Ew, there's a spider watching me. Ew. Hello, good day. It's hot and I hate it, and I'm going to read the next, or the last 30 pages of the book. I'm going to read the last 30 pages of the book right now. It is kind of hard to show me reading since I'm reading on the same thing that I'm filming on, but here is what I will look like. I'm a bit blind actually. I need like a umbrella? No, what are they called? Not gazebo, like the umbrella version of a gazebo. No, yeah, the gazebo version of an umbrella. I have a chicken watching me. Hello, Mr. Chicken. Oh, it's a Mrs. Chicken actually, I think. But she likes to cock-roll, cock-a-doodle-doo, so who really knows? Yeah, I'm talking about you. They're a bit freaky chickens. Sorry, I got my thumb in all that. So I'll be back when I've finished the book. See you in a bit. I might just relax here for a bit actually. Nope, I have to read. It has to be done. I've finished the book. I'm gonna find somewhere nicer to sit to tell you about it. My makeup is gone because I cried so much at Little Women.
Hello there!
The 2019 version. But it's now dark, so. But as promised, here is my review. I think I might have been too stupid to understand that book.
No idea what it means.
It was very, like, beautifully written. It was just... It kind of just followed someone's mundane life. As mundane as rabid cats, infidelity, and burglars that don't steal anything goes. I think I can see why JOE Goldberg would enjoy a book like that, but like for me, the content just wasn't enough. It was like, I like a book that's a bit of a roller coaster, but that was a bit more like the teacups. It's pretty and it's fun to begin with, but then after like 5 minutes you kind of wish it was going somewhere. Actually, that's a pretty good analogy. Pretty proud of that one. So I did have a look at some of the reviews of the book, thinking that I must have missed something, because there really is not much that actually happens, and anything that does happen, it gets resolved, like, straight away. Maybe I'm just not academic enough to enjoy literary fiction, and for me there was not enough to the content to like make me connect to the characters, and like the flowery writing is lovely, but it's not enough to make me enjoy a whole... I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I need the earth to split open and swallow me whole.
Hello, editing Maisie here, and dog, and other dog somewhere. I think what I was trying to say here was... Let me sit down. Doggy, move your booty. I am unfortunately a part of a TikTok generation, a booktube generation, and what we want in our books is
exciting, attention-keeping mess of a plot to keep us interested. And that's completely okay. But that might also be a reason for me not enjoying older books, because I can't stay with it if the same thing is happening for a chapter, for like an entire chapter. No, I need to be on to the next thing on the next page, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but...
It is certainly something that I struggle with.
Hey, Shakespeare, how about a chase scene once in a while?
And that is not to say that books that are... And that is not to say that books that are written, that are jam-packed with events and things going off all the time, are wrong or bad or anything. It's just what different readers enjoy reading. And I love flowery writing as much as the next person, but it has to also be saying something. not just telling me, like, okay, your character's having an affair or had an affair in the past and is thinking about it again. That's not the time for flowery writing. That is the time when you need to be, like, building that emotion. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it makes a lot more sense than what I was on about before. So this dog is being adorable, just, you know, watching out of the window. So sorry, you just got, like, his butt in the way. But yeah, back to whatever I was saying in the past. Sorry, I felt like there was a point that needed to be made that I was just not getting. It just wasn't happening in that clip. So, Joe Goldberg, not impressed so far.
You fucking cockroach.
Let's hope that the next book will be good. And I'm expecting it to be good because I've seen the film. I've seen half of the film, I think, a few years ago. And I did enjoy it. I don't know why I didn't finish watching it, actually. But I have actually always wanted to read this. I know a few people read it, like, for school, but it was never in my syllabus. Despite Paula Fox taking me an entire month to read, even though it was a short story, I don't know why it took me so long. Like, life gets in the way, but it's fine. This is The Great Gatsby by, why am I reading backwards? I know who it's by, F. Scott Fitzgerald. Take two. The Great Gatsby by, no, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I did it. First try.
I thought of Gatsby's wonder when he first picked out the green light at the end of Daisy's dock. He'd come a long way to this blue lawn, and it...
So I did start watching it, did not finish watching it, so I don't actually know what happens apart from some guy in it, Leo DiCaprio, some guy, says old sport a lot.
Afraid I haven't been a very good host, old sport. You see, I'm Gatsby.
And it's set in the 1920s. Got all the cool style. We know I love that style. Sorry, I'm like flashing you. So our first book was the 1970s. This one's the 1920s. And our third book is a very exciting, very short book that I'm looking forward to showing you. But we've got to read this one first, which will hopefully not take me too long. I know I say that about every single book, but I can't help it. I'm a slow reader. I'm sorry. I will try and be better for you if no one else. Anyway, apologies for the lighting, apologies for taking a month to read a book, and apologies for the late upload, which I know this will be. I'll see you later, old sport. Just started and already highlighting, which is a good sign.
Maybe the problem isn't me.
No, John, I'm pretty sure it's you. Eye contact.
It's you.
Okay, he may have a point there as well. Okay, so I've seen a lot of hate about this season. Sorry, I'm a bit shaky. And I disagree with it. I think that, first of all, I think that Bronte is a pretty accurate representation of what I would do in that situation. You know, normally when you watch like a series or a film or something, you're like, why did she go in there? Why did she not like try and call the police at this point? Why did she not like just get a gun? I think that she was even slightly more rational than I would have been in that situation. I disagree with the hate on Bronte, mostly because that's hate on me, so I take it personally. No, but seriously, I do think that she was the best character to try and take her down, just because she did actually see what he was, just like us as the viewer have seen exactly like everything from his perspective, but also she sees that he's a murderer and needs to be put away before more people get killed. Whereas all of the others, they were quite selfish, apart from Marianne. Apart from Marianne, who I would say is definitely not, but she just wanted to be out of the situation entirely, and who can blame her?
Sometimes I swear I'm the only real feminist you know.
Also, I think a lot of people weren't very happy that Joe went to prison instead of being killed, but that is literally like the worst place for a psychopath. Like in the show, who's begging to be killed, they would rather die than have to like face what they'd done, unless they were the brand of psychopath that actually enjoys like reliving it. Whereas Joe obviously didn't. He did not want to be confronted with that side of himself. That's why he split into two people in the last season. No, in the third season. And I do think that as much as we are supposed to like fall in love with this character, like we're supposed to feel what he feels, because he's kind of the protagonist, even though he's not. Like, he's a protagonist in his own life, and because we're seeing it from his point of view, that's how we're supposed to view him. But even though we see him as he sees himself, I think that this season did a really good job of really showing what it's like to put up with someone who is abusive. Well, maybe not to that extent, but is a controlling, narcissistic person. And it really does break the fourth wall when Bronte is like, the fantasy of a guy like you is how we cope with the reality of a man like you. Like, yeah, these relationships exist and they're terrifying. Not to this extent, but genuinely, like, this is how we cope. We romanticize it and we're like, yeah, but it's okay though, because clearly he's doing it out of love. Anyway, this is not this is not an educational channel or anything. I don't really get why people are saying that they don't think that the season was written well, because I think it hit every point that it should have. It was a tough watch in places, in a way that it should have been. Oh, I also do want to mention, I was right about the soundtrack being so good. Like, I mean, we knew that it would be after the first note of Hosier, but then we got Chapel Rowan, Taylor Swift. That moment the vampires started playing.
Bronte.
Gotta laugh at the stupidity.
Anyway, I'm gonna go back to reading The Great Gatsby. I'm literally like 2 pages in, because when I last filmed that clip, I ended up deciding to watch more You so that I could finish it today. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to that now.
Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms farther, and one fine morning, so we beat on. Boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.
I am obsessed with my new phone case. Look how sexy she is. Oh my gosh, I love her.
When she got there, they stopped cars going in Boston and you can't walk, can you?
I'm halfway through The Great Gatsby, and I take back most of what I said before.
You had one job.
It's not because older books are slower and don't hold interest as well. This book proves that. It's just that that book in particular was anticlimactic and kind of boring.
You're basic.
I think there's still a problem with books keeping my attention, but but this one proves that it's possible, because wow, it's so beautifully written and done well. And don't get me started on the setting descriptions. Like there is so much energy that it's just like never boring. I literally sat in the same room talking with people for like a whole chapter, but like it was all so dramatic. I just didn't want to leave. It also like really immersed me with like the colours. Like at one point I had to look up what yellow cocktail music was, but it turns out that Scott Fitzgerald, he made it up to make the scene feel more yellow, and he was talking about like the yellow lighting and the yellow cocktail music that the band was playing, and these two girls like dressed in yellow, and you can just feel like the warmth of the party scene of the 1920s is, or was. And then when Daisy steps out of the taxi to see Gatsby for the first time, and the lilac trees and her lavender hat, it's all purple, and you could just feel like the tension in the romance. And oh my gosh, Gatsby in that scene was making me laugh so much. Like, he was so smitten, and his panic when Daisy, his like sweetheart from years ago, is being invited over to his neighbour's house. He went, "Have you got everything you need in the shape of tea?" I feel I can't do it justice. And then he disappeared from the living room where he was meant to be meeting her, and he was found knocking at the front door, and It said, Gatsby, pale as death with his hands plunged like weights in his coat pockets, was standing in a puddle of water glaring tragically into my eyes, and all I could think about was Robin Williams in this book. Well, in the film of this book, but he's also on the cover. And now I'm just sad that we don't have a Great Gatsby with Robin Williams instead of Leonardo DiCaprio. But yeah, halfway through, really enjoying it, and I'm using it to procrastinate doing uni work that I actually really need to be doing, but you know, it's only my uni deadline for my final year. It's fine. It's fine. It's so fine. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, reading this book it's a feel-good book so far. I don't know what happens, as I've said, so if I'm wrong in enjoying it so far, and it's all about to like, shit's about to hit the fan, then I guess it'll be entertaining for you guys, but for me, I want Gatsby and Daisy to be together. They're so cute. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but no, I don't think I am. I hope this isn't a popular book because it's a tragedy. Just give me a little love story, okay? Set in the 1920s, that's what I've got so far. I was enjoying it so much, I took it with me to a picnic that I was having with my friends, like a barbecue. Alright, that's all I have to say at the halfway point. Yeah, I'll be right back. So it's currently 3:30 in the morning, but I've got like 25 pages left, so I'm kind of thinking I might just read it and get it finished, but we'll see if I fall asleep because I'm currently very comfy. I went on another little side quest. This bag is full of books. I wasn't planning on going. Be quiet please. I wasn't planning on going book buying. That bird is very chirpy. But my friends wanted to go to TK Maxx, and who was I to say no? So we went to TK Maxx to start with. I'm really sorry if that bird is louder than me. Yes, we went to TK Maxx to start with, and they have like a little bit in the back that's full of really cute like little books. The first one that I got, Sense and Sensibility, and I got this one because it had cute little illustrations in it, and I'm a sucker for illustrations in adult books. There needs to be more of that. Okay, this doesn't really count. I got this notebook because it looks cool. And of course, would it really be a book haul if I didn't include a Sherlock Holmes of some kind? It's a paper mill press one, so it's like, it's bendy but also hardback. I already have most of Sherlock, so I didn't really need it, but it looked cool and it felt cool, so I was like, I need it. £14.27 that came to. So bearing in mind I just got 3 books for under £15, then we went to Waterstones, and I was still in the TK Maxx mindset, and I decided to buy 4 books from Waterstones. The first one I decided to get, Perfume, because I've been wanting to read this forever. I never really gotten around to buying it, and I saw it and I was like, this is the time, now is the time. The cashier, he also said, oh, it's a good book, that, well chosen, and I was like, yeah, I've been waiting ages to read it, and he said, well, now is the time, now is a good time. I don't know what he means by that, but I'm excited to read that one. Then I picked up some essays on art. That's not very exciting to most people, but it looks cool. And here are the most beautiful books that I chose, apart from Sherlock maybe. I've never read Black Beauty, but I know that it's sad and from the perspective of a horse. But look at that cover. How could I not? It's shiny as well, but you can't, kind of see it. It's so pretty. And then of course I had to get Little Women in because it matched, and it's just so beautiful. Look at that colour. Those 4 books came to £50 with £2 off because I'm a student, which isn't exactly a lot when you've just spent £50 on books. I'm not going to be too sad about it for too long because look at them all, they're so pretty. Anyway, sorry, yeah, that was just a little quick detour. I am also almost finished with The Great Gatsby. I'm 20 pages off of the end, and I have a feeling something big is about to go down. Some woman got hit by a car and died, and I was like, drama. I was already enjoying this book enough. You didn't need to throw in the extra element of murder, but this is definitely added to the excitement. Every time I start talking, that bird starts talking. I'm so sorry. I think I'll probably finish this today, and then you can see the surprise book that I have for the end of this video that I'm really excited about. Okay. Also, while I was in Waterstones, oh, the sun's just come out. It looked like that glowing Mr. Burns video. While I was in Waterstones, there was a man watching me while I was picking my books, and I was like, I should really be at home reading this book, not choosing more books that are probably gonna go unread because there's so many of them. Whoops. What?
What the fuck?
What the flip? Not only is Gatsby dead, Daisy ran off and didn't even say anything to him, and she was just planning to pack her bags and go back with Tom. Why? He was a loser and he cheated on her. And Gatsby loved her. Oh my gosh, what? I knew it was going to be a tragedy. I knew it. I'm so mad that I just knew that it was coming, because I was actually enjoying two characters being cute together. This is what I get for believing in love. On the bright side, all of my favourite love stories end in one or both of them dying or them not being together, so I guess I'll finish it now. I can't believe he's dead. Do we actually find out why or how he died? I'm sorry, but Gatsby, I just realised, okay, he died in his like little swimsuit thing, in his bathing suit. Does that mean that Gatsby's ghost is in a fuck-ass bathing suit? Like a bright yellow one? Poor Gatsby. This is the exact reason that I make sure that when I go out, I dress up most of the time, so that my... Could you imagine if your ghost was like forced to wander around the ether in like Crocs? Not that I've ever worn Crocs, I pride myself on that fact. Or like Peppa Pig pyjama bottoms. Could never be me. But like, these are the things that I think about. Like, I can't have my ghost wandering around looking like a complete idiot all the time. I suppose if you were in like joggers or something, at least you'd be comfy. But then again, do you really need comfort as a ghost? Would you feel that? You know, like in Ghosts on the BBC, where they can like sit on items but they will also walk straight through them, or like the hand will go through it but they can still sit on it.
Yes, it doesn't make sense, does it?
And they can like touch each other, so that means that they must still have some kind of feeling. But then again, why am I even thinking about this? Because that is literally a made-up TV show and not reality.
And that was way too much.
But what if Ghosts was real? Okay, I'll stop. Nobody came. Nobody went to Gatsby's funeral. I would have gone to Gatsby's funeral. He deserved so much better. I still don't really understand his whole like illegal business side of things. I don't really know what was going on there. But like, he worked so hard and he held all these big fancy parties for everyone. I mean, it was kind of a little bit selfish just because he wanted to see Daisy. But how did nobody go except for Nick, who has said that he kind of hated him the whole time that he was friends with him, and his dad? I put a little sad face. At least Owl-Eyed Man showed up. Daisy didn't even send a message or a flower. Whose idea was this? How dare Joe put me through this?
You waste of hair.
I'm so sad. Well, that's a bit depressing, isn't it? I hate Tom. It was all Tom's fault. It was all Tom's fault. We're going upstairs. We're upstairs now. I don't think I have much else to say apart from I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna give it, it's been a while since I've rated a book, but I think I'll give it about 4 stars. And if I end up changing my mind on that, I'll put it here so you'll know. I'm still just sad about how Gatsby's ghost is dressed, to be honest. Moving on to a much more exciting part. So obviously I've got this list of like all of the books that are in the show You. So the other day I went to this motorbike convention thing, and it was held at our local museum. And in the museum, as I was wandering around the gift shop at the end, I spotted one of the books that was on the list. And I had actually thought about getting this book, and then I thought, it's not worth buying a children's book for this. But then I saw this, and how cute is it? It's The Little Prince, which is the story that Marianne talks about. You know, when she's like talking about the fox.
I had been working on the sketch of The Little Prince and the Fox. Couldn't get the fox, and your whole vibe today inspired me.
That's this book. And so of course I had to get it, especially since I thought that it was going to be like a short story. It's like an actual book. It's got chapters and everything. So I thought, why not round this little challenge out with a children's book? I think that Marianne is like my favourite of Joe's exes, so it's nice to be able to finish with her little story at the end. So obviously this book is a French fairy tale. I think it's a fairy tale. I think it's probably more like a Aesop's fable kind of thing. A fable.
So why The Little Prince?
Just always loved it. I mean, the translations never do it justice, but the original will always be my favorite.
I don't know French, otherwise I totally would read the original. I'm pretty sure these are like the original drawings because the quality is not fantastic. But I mean, I kind of like that. I've never heard this story at all. I literally only heard about it from watching You. So it should be interesting to hear what kids in a different country grow up listening to, their parents read to them. But yeah, this is the final book that I was super excited to show you because it's just so sweet, it's so cute. And I couldn't believe that like I came across it just in a random museum gift shop. I was like, this is perfect. It's perfect timing, perfect to end our video on, which is super long anyways because I kept going on little side quests. I would have thought that I would finish this by tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be seeing this and me again soon. My voice is going, as you can hear, so I'm gonna leave you now. Good night.
It's the time you lavished on your rose that makes your rose so important.
Anyway.
What an adorably charming story. I think most adults would benefit from reading this. That ending was a bit of a shock for a children's book, but I guess it's a bit like a fable in that sense. They'd have been reading this at about the same age that I'd have watched The Lion King, so they'd be fine. Definitely didn't scar any child for life. Get it? It was definitely interesting knowing the difference now between like a French and an English children's book. It feels a lot more beneficial to kids than Biff and Chips was. But yeah, it was a super cute, wholesome story that also like, it kind of gave me a Hitchhiker's Guide to Everything vibes a little bit, because he's kind of like an alien and he like explores different planets talking to different adults. So there's like a king and a geographer and a drunkard and like people with different priorities that aren't really what life should be about, or at least that's how a child would see it. I really enjoyed it and a great end to this video. Thank you for joining me on this mess of a roller coaster, and if you made it this far, you're my little prince.
And I hate myself.
Bye. The first book that I will be reading is Desperate what is it? Desperate People? I'm not a stalker. And she's like, no one even gets reviews anymore. It's not the Victorian era. And like, no, it's not, but it is 1970, so like, close enough. Our favourite the famous bookstore shop, because I'm British. Where am I looking? I think I was like, okay. Here is what I look like Oh, feet. English teachers everywhere's wet dream. I don't know, fantasy creatures and sex. So yeah, I'm just I and has no like no Joe I don't know what that was. Which will I've just hit myself in the face. Which will hopefully decide start from under like Gatsby with. Yep. I'll be back. Oh shit. Ow! Ow, my foot. Ow. Wind. Not now.